Good morning, Year 1. It is Monday the 18th of January and we're about to start our literacy lesson. So to get our brains awake, we are going to quick write our capital letters. Before we do that, let's just say the sound that you can see. That's right, let's say it together. B, s, m. Can you have a go at writing the capital letter now? Let's check and let's say the letter name. B, H, S, M. Well done. So we are focusing on, in our writing, capital letters and full stops. And I want you to think about where the capital letter goes and where the full stop goes. That's right, the capital letter goes at the beginning of the sentence and a full stop goes at the end of the sentence. Let's have a look at this sentence here. Jack lived with his mum. How can we improve that sentence? What's missing? Thinking about our capital letters and full stops. What I would like you to do is have a go at writing that sentence out, putting your capital letter in the right place and your full stop in the right place. If you want to have a challenge, I want you to include and. So Jack lived with his mum and. Try and make that sentence longer. Off you go. Jack lived with his mum. So if we were going to write that sentence, we need to make sure we have got our capital letter at the start. And remember, Jack is a name, so that always has a capital letter. Jack lived, let's get rid of this. Sorry, Year 1, let me get rid of that. Jack lived, finger space, with his mum. Let's think about how we could extend that sentence. If I was going to use the conjunction and, I might write, Jack lived with his mum and they were poor. Full stop at the end. Let's double check. Have I got my capital letter in the right place? And my full stop? Yes. Well done. What I'd like you to do now, if you have watched the retell video, have a little go at retelling the story by yourself with actions. Okay? So once upon a time, there lived a little boy called Jack who lived with his mother. They were so poor they didn't have a thing to eat. One day, Jack's mother told him to take the cow to the market. Jack loved his cow and was so sad. Keep going with your actions. On the way, he met a strange woman. I will give you 5 magic beans for your cow, she said. Jack said goodbye to his cow and took the 5 magic beans home to his mother. His mother was very cross. She threw the beans out of the window. That night, the beans grew and grew and grew into a tall beanstalk. The next day, Jack climbed the beanstalk until he reached the top. Suddenly, he heard a terrible noise. Thump, thump, thump. It was a giant counting his money. Next to him was a hen that laid golden eggs. As quick as a flash, Jack snatched the eggs and climbed down the beanstalk before the giant could catch him. He showed his mother the golden eggs. They were going to be so rich, and they were never hungry again. Well done, Year 1. I'd like you to have a go retelling that story every day. This half term we're going to be writing the story of Jack and the Beanstalk, and hopefully we'll be able to send them to Firth Park Library to put on display. So in order for us to be able to write the story, we need to be really confident in retelling the story and also to know the order of the story really well. To help us to do that, today our learning objective is to draw a story map. Now this is a WAGOLL. Remember, a WAGOLL is what a good one looks like. So this WAGOLL has got the title, Jack and the Beanstalk. It has pictures, okay, so a story map is pictures. It's got the story in order, so the pictures are in order of what happens in the story. And it also includes keywords, so you can see things like castle, beanstalk, giant. In your books, you will see a sheet that looks like this. There's a box for you to have a go at drawing your story map, and there's also some challenge words that I would like you to include. So orange and yellow group, I'd like you to include Jack, beans, beanstalk and giant. So you're going to start with once upon a time, and then what comes next? That's right, there was a little boy called Jack who lived with his mum. And you're going to have a go at drawing a picture of Jack and his mum. And they were so poor, so what happened? Jack's mum asked Jack to take the cow to the market to sell. So we've got another picture here, remember you're going to draw it, of Jack's mum telling Jack to go to the market. And don't forget to put your arrows in, and that will show the order of the story. Okay, so you've got your sheet. You need to make sure that you have got your word map, because I want you to include your words and keywords from the story. Draw it in pencil first, and if you've got some felt tips at home you can colour it in, or if you've got some colouring pencils. Everybody will also have the WAGOLL, so let's go back. You'll have a WAGOLL, what a good one looks like, to help you when you're drawing your story map. Okay, and then when you've finished, I'd like you to have a think about your story map. Have you included all your keywords, or are there any other words that you could include? And what is it that you like about your story map? And I can't wait to see them. Well done, Year 1.